Hey there, party people. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Let's Play. This is Dandolf, of course, and I think we're going to actually veer off of our course that we talked about last time. There is another project that needs to be done, and I think it's a good time to do it. So, originally, I have a village that's somewhere. So this is where we are here. This is my ocean base. This is Rayaz over here, Iron Farm, Skeleton Farm, and then my new base is over here. But Mending is over here. That's where I have my one villager that is literally just a guy in a dirt hut that I got a mending trade on, and that's all I've done with villagers so far. So I think it's about time that I do something better with that. So I'm going to go look at that. Rayaz was over there, and he was saying that we had lost some villagers. So I'm going to check and see if there's even any villagers. Even if there's even any villagers left over here. Because if not, then I know where another village is, and I might just start over. But if there's a couple villagers left over here, I might as well do it because I already have the portal linked up and everything. But let's see here. So this was the original village, and it had a few pretty good trades. Leather was one of the best ones that I had, so we were spamming a lot of leather. Ooh, I have 2 villagers still. Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to build a villager breeder in this town. Oh, they're actually breeding. Y'all are making babies. I was over here and I tried to give them a bunch of wheat and stuff so that hopefully they would start breeding because he said we had lost some. And it looks like a couple of them have bred up, and these 2 are trying to breed right now too. Let's see if they... I'm not looking. There we go. Yes. Okay, awesome. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to probably maybe right here in the middle dig a hole in the ground and start getting a villager breeder going because I think that's the most important thing that I can start doing next is getting that... Because every time I need a mending book, it's such a pain in the butt because I come out here, I go over to this guy who offers me 1 mending book for 33 emeralds, and it's just such a pain. So I have to collect up all this leather, and it's just a big pain. So I think villager breeder going right here in the middle. I'm going to start digging out this hole, starting to get some stuff down, and I will meet you back in a few minutes. See you in a second, guys. All right, so we have a hole. so what we're going to do now is we're going to make an area for the guys to make a couple farmers because basically we want them to be to be like a self-sustaining villager breeder. So what we're going to do is we will put this in here. I've got a couple composters. We will put some beds down in here and everything as well. But basically we want the farmers to be able to farm their own wheat to be able to hand out to the other villagers in here. I'm one short. So that we don't have to constantly just be grinding wheat to be able to bring in here. So then this side we're going to put beds. So these are actually a pretty simple thing to do. Actually, let me leave that lower because I have the entrance lower. That's fine. I'm not sure why I held off doing it for so long. I've seen them done a few different ways. But yeah, so I need to clean out my inventory, obviously. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, till a bunch of ground over here. Get a couple composters in here so that the villagers can obtain the job. Then I will cover up the top with glass so nothing else can drop in here. Put a bunch of beds down here so that there's plenty of space in the village for the villagers to spawn. Then I will put fence gates right here. Probably just 4 of them among the whole thing so that they can't get out. And then, yeah, that will basically be the whole breeder. That's all you really need. So I'm going to get all that done, and then I will see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, guys, so this is what we've got. I crammed in as many beds here as I could. I went ahead and planted all the seeds. I put 6 composters in the wall and covered the roof with glass. So this guy isn't a farmer, but that doesn't really matter. We only need one farmer really in here. So basically now I just got to wait and hope that this works. So I'm going to hang out in here, but I did want to talk about what we're going to do for the rest of this. So I have a really interesting idea. I kind of want to do almost like an apartment complex sort of thing, but there's only entrances and exits for us, and then the way that we move the villagers is via minecart only. And I know that there's all of the zombification that you can do to get your trades better and all of that. So I want to be able to remove these guys from these rooms via minecart whenever they have good enough trades that I want to actually do that to them with, and then go to another room. So I'm imagining this big, huge structure that has these rooms with tons and tons of minecarts going off in all the same direction, coming to like a big minecart hub where they all come to like a center point. Like, I'm imagining this big, crazy, cool contraption that will give us access to each of our villagers and be able to move them in and out on a fairly easily way. So that's kind of what I'm planning. So I'm going to hang out here for a minute, just kind of watch these guys grow, and then we'll start playing with the design for the actual let's call it hotel that we're going to put them in. Anyways, I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Alright guys, so our villager breeder is working great now, and actually some of the villagers out here are breeding as well, which is awesome. So let's go check it out. But last I saw we had 3 babies. Whoops. 1, 2, 3 babies. Oh yeah. And yeah, they're keeping up the farm good. They're breeding, and it's working well. So we're just gonna let that keep going. The reason I'm wanted to jump back on here was I actually had a much better idea for the villager thing. So I'm thinking, I've got this big platform up here. What if I did something more like a supermarket? And then all the different villagers were different departments in the supermarket. And then you go up to, I just think it's a really cool, really fun idea. I think I'm going to have to do that. So basically what I'll do is I'll flatten out the top of this, put a big platform in here, get a big bulky shape, make a big bulky square, and then start building out departments like a supermarket. I think it's going to be a really fun way to do the villager trading, and it'll be a really interesting way to, kind of display it and have another nice, cool build on the server. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Alright guys, so I think we're going to do a quick time lapse here. So enjoy the next minute or so of watching me place blocks very, very, very quickly. See you in a sec. right, guys, so we are back and we have made some progress for sure. So I've got some walls up, and there is a certain grocery store chain called H-E-B that I'm kind of basing this design off of. So if you've ever been to one, if you've ever seen one, you'll probably start to see that. So I've got the walls in around the entire place. I think I'm going to go up one more block with the same material I'm using for the roof. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, but I'll do that, go up one more block, and then close this whole thing off. I have a lot of really interesting ideas of what we're going to do in here, but we're going to try and make it look as much like a grocery store as we can. We'll probably cover this from the inside, and then we'll do carpets with lights under them. I want to use some end rods to try and make fluorescent lights, use some banners to make aisles and everything like that, and then we'll get all the departments set up and get all the villagers moved in. I think this is going to be a really, really fun project. I'm super excited for it. So I'm going to keep making progress. I'm going to keep going here. Yeah. So I think it's turning out really well so far. And then just to check up on the villager breeder, we haven't looked at that in a few minutes, but it is really just cranking away. Look at all these villagers in here now. They're just breeding up like crazy. I think it might actually be maxed out because I don't see any babies in here. So this might be the max number of villagers I can have in here with the amount of beds I've got in there. So I'll probably let a few out at some point, but I've already let a few out here. You can see a couple more villagers over here, a bunch of guys over there, and another little baby there. So I just kind of let them out as it fills up, and I'm going to keep getting as many villagers as I can, kind of max this place out, because I'm going to need a bunch of villagers in here. I'm thinking, a few employees per department at least. This guy kind of already wants a job. He's unemployed, so he's kind of hanging out like, hey man, can I get a job? Hey, this place opening soon, man. Can I get a job? Yeah, let me get a job, man. Hey, let me work here, man. Yeah. So I think I might hire him. I'll probably try and hire him some way. He lives in this little house right outside over here, so I'll probably hire him, and he'll be part of our crew once we get going. But yeah, I'm going to keep going on this. I'll probably get the roof in next and get torch spam going on the floor, and we'll start doing a little bit more decoration. So I'll see you guys back once I have the roof filled in. All right, we're back, guys, and we have a roof. Wow, this was a grind. So I think we're going to call it an early episode today, because this was a big grind getting this roof on, getting all of these walls up, getting the whole floor done. This was a big grind, but this is looking really great. It's starting to look like a supermarket in here with big, huge ceilings. So what I think we're doing next is I'm going to put iron bars as like a structural support in like rows along the roof. And then I think I'll use something like polished andesite or something for like air ventilation ducting. And then we'll go ahead and use chains, and I think probably some iron trap doors and end rods to try and make some lights that look like fluorescent lights. I think that'll end up looking pretty cool, and it'll look very supermarket-y. So that's what we're going for. Is we're trying to make it look like a regular supermarket as much as possible. So that's what we'll be working on in the next episode. I also wanted to go by the other base because I've had some ideas over there as well. I've gotten a couple other people who have given me some advice on what we can do over there for the entrance. So I just wanted to quickly pop over there, and we'll talk about that as well. But I hope you guys like the way things are going here. I'm very much enjoying all the new project with the villagers. I'm very excited about that. I've got a lot of inspiration, so I'm going to be working on that a lot. So we'll probably take a little bit of a break from building the castle for a little while. But that's just to kind of let the new ideas mull over. So I had tried to put this quartz in here, and it really didn't work. I didn't like it, and I couldn't think of what to do. So what I did was I asked Reyes and Yellow Tiger and Chicken Butt, other people that are on the server, for some advice. And the advice I got, I loved. They said, add some red nether brick into this. And I think that's a great idea. So if I do like a little bit of red nether brick kind of building up to the roof like we were talking about before, because then you can add another color in here, use those, continue with those dark tones, but still have some contrast. I think that's going to work really, really well. But I need to try and figure out how to do it, how it's going to look good, what kind of style. And then ultimately for the rest of this castle, what we're thinking is just kind of standard castle look. So we'll have, boxy spires, and then, the little walls and everything, and that kind of thing. That's what we're kind of looking for there. So I think it'll look really, really nice once we're done. But like I said, we're going to take a little bit of break from this because that villager thing is going to be a lot of fun. And I've had a lot of fun building it already. So I'm going to grind out more materials. I'm going to need some iron bars, some iron trap doors, andesite, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to start gathering all that, and you'll probably start seeing us working on that on the next episode. So I will see you guys later. Have a good one.